Absolutely. Absolutely. You plant some trees? We planted trees. Hello. Welcome back.
Mr. President, Mr. Innerstoep. It's a great pleasure to once again welcome you to the Netherlands. Earlier this year, on the eve of the NATO summit, my wife and I received you at Huis ten Bosch Palace in The Hague. This time we're gathered at the Royal Palace Amsterdam, Tervetuloa. Your visit emphasizes the close and warm relationship that our two countries have built since Finland's independence in 1917. The bond between us is plain to see. In many Dutch homes, people drink their coffee from Itala mugs and have an auto vase on the table. And who doesn't have fond memories of their first Nokia phone? Finland produces musical geniuses. We love their work in the Netherlands. Under the baton of conductor Klaus Mechelen, the Royal Concertgebouw Orchestra reached new heights with its performance of the symphonies of Sibelius. And of course, sport is also important. 2 months ago, our national football teams faced each other in the Johan Cruyff Arena. I won't say anything else about that, and I prefer to leave the post-match analysis to the table of Mr. Liedmanen. You yourself are an exceptionally skilled golfer, and one who knows when to gracefully concede victory to an opponent. In that way, sport can help build bridges, even across the Atlantic. I'd like to invite you for a round of golf sometime soon, and I hope that you'll just be as willing to let your opponent win right then. In the economic arena, our countries are keen to collaborate, and we work together frequently. For example, on battery technology, offshore wind farms and hydrogen. Energy transition and digitalization go hand in hand in Finland. The residual heat from data centers keeps the homes of Helsinki residents warm and cozy. Given the congestion on the Dutch electricity grid, That's something we're a little envious of. We've grown so much closer since one of your predecessors, President Koivisto, paid a state visit to the Netherlands 35 years ago. In 1995, your country joined the European Union. In 2002, Finland replaced the marka with the euro. And in 2023, your country joined NATO, significantly strengthening our alliance. It was an emotional moment for you, but also for us. Who wouldn't be delighted to welcome a dear friend to the club? A friend from whom we have so much to learn. Due to Finland's geographical location in northeastern Europe and its turbulent national history, the Finns have become masters of resilience. Residents, businesses, and public authorities know exactly what is expected of them in crisis. The whole-of-society approach was invented in Finland. All Finns have at least 3 days' worth of emergency supplies in their homes. Bakers know what type of bread to bake. IT companies have backup plans at the ready. And every 2 years, there's a tabletop exercise that ministries and members of government take part in. The nearly 900,000 reservists, and in a few years, more than 1 million, participate in exercises every year. Employers are generous in granting leave for this, not as a favor, because they realize how important it is for the well-prepared for what could be lying ahead. It's no wonder that delegations from the Netherlands regularly visit Finland to learn about your approach. And about Sisu, the Finnish philosophy of life, confronting challenges with perseverance and inner strength. Mr. President, you were elected as head of state at the beginning of last year. In a very short space of time, you have joined the inner circle of heads of state and government who discuss war and peace on the European continent. Together with Ukraine, you have been tireless in your efforts to mobilize additional international support against the aggression of your neighbor. The skill with which you have operated deserves great respect. In your speech at the United Nations on the 24th of September, you said, and I quote, "Values should underpin everything we do. Without them, foreign policy will ultimately run into a wall." I wholeheartedly agree. The rule of law, democracy and freedom form the foundations of our society. We must cherish, protect and defend them. Because of your geographical location and your history, you know better than anyone what is at stake. And let me be clear, you are not alone. You will find us standing by your side, along with our partners in the European Union and NATO. We look forward to broadening and deepening our cooperation with you in the areas of resilience, defense and innovation. It helps that we have so much in common. The Dutch and the Finnish are very direct people. We like to give our unvarnished opinion, but there's one difference. The Finns only do so when asked. Mr. President, I've spoken about many of the similarities between our people, but there's one I haven't mentioned yet, and it's our shared love of coffee. On average, Finns drink more coffee in a year than anyone else in the world, and the Dutch aren't far behind. It'll be a while before it's time for coffee. So first, may I ask you all to raise your glasses with me. Kippis, Mr. President and Mrs. Innestab, to your health and to the friendship between the Netherlands and Finland. Proost. Kippis. Kippis.
Your Majesties, Your Royal Highness, Ministers, Excellencies, and ladies and gentlemen. Suzanne and I would like to express our deepest gratitude to Your Majesties for your kind invitation, the warm welcome, and the hospitality that we have received. Little did I imagine when I played ice hockey in Tilburg at the tender age of 13 or 14, that one day I would be hosted by their Majesties of the Netherlands here at this splendid palace as the President of Finland. It's an honor and a privilege to be here with you today. Dank u wel. The Netherlands and I are old friends. We go back a long way. It did indeed start in an ice hockey tournament hosted by the legendary Tilburg Trappers when I was a teenager. Back then, it was a big thing to travel. So we're talking like